going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Let me see if I can activate myself here. Video capture activated. 3, 2, 1, boom. Nope, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see a receipt on my desk. You want to see me. There we go. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Man, I look horrible. Been outside today. All right. Well, guys, it's Sunday night. It's another Sunday night live stream. Let's see if I can get a little light shining on my face. There we go. Here to show you the market from an Elliott wave perspective. Let's dive in tonight. Welcome. Don't forget, though, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I don't do that kind of thing. There we go. I'm just an Elliott wave trader. I just trade using Elliott wave as well as some other strategies that we've developed over the years, RSI as well, and many other things. But we focus on the Elliott wave count during our live streams. We focus on analyzing the wave structure and see what it's saying to us. So we're going to look at that tonight, and we're going to look at the entire market, guys. I think the alts are getting ready to pop. They're setting up. I'll show you a setup that I'm seeing. I'm currently watching SOL at the moment. Here's a setup that I'm currently watching at the moment. Looking for this to possibly come down here. We'll see what this does. If it's going to go take the high again or not, or if it's going to pop up and roll over. I think there's a good chance we're in a C wave right now. Coming down impulsively, and then maybe we'll be ready for a pop to the upside. We'll see. That's too clean looking. It's too pretty looking. So I'm a little skeptical of that wave as well. So I'm wondering if we have a leading diag here as possibility. We'll look at that. That's SOL. We'll look at Matic and AVAX. We've been requested to look at AVAX tonight by Mr. Danton. Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Since would love to look at that with you. All right, there's 26 of you here, I think, concurrently watching. Is that correct? I'm not sure. Where? There it is. 32 of you watching. Hit the like button, would you guys? It'll let YouTube know to push the live stream. What's up, Mr. Seth? And Kimosabi. Hey, brother. Good to see you, man. Keith, Moonboy as always. Moonboy counts as always. I'll give you some Moonboy counts. And I'll give you the Bear Boy counts. And everything in the middle. Evo. Hey, buddy. Thanks for being so faithful, Evo, to watch. You watch every week along with Keith. Camel Teabag. So faithful. Peter, my good friend from just down the street. And Seth, my good friend just from down the street. They live in Michigan now. We're fellow Michiganders. I'm a transplant, so. But they welcomed me in. What's up, Johnny English? Early for once. That's right. Welcome. Always glad. You guys are so faithful to watch every week. I appreciate it. You've become my friends. So, you did your duty to like. Thank you, Adil. Appreciate it. 1-2 off 50-50, 55. Yeah. I think that's a Tien Shinhan. I think that's a fine count. I think that's very, very possible. It might not be a 1-2. This might be working on a correction, but yeah, that if this is if that's a real shallow correction, yeah, this could be a 1-2. Here we go, man. We're getting ready to pop. That's all right, Camel. Just charts. All right. Well, let's jump in, guys. Let's just kind of do some wave analysis and see what's going on. Get this. Let me get my screen active here so I can watch here. I'm also trading as I'm live with you, so not currently looking for a trade setup in SOL. I just closed my long at the top of that little spike. trying to figure out what this guy's doing. We'll get a little pullback. Maybe we'll get another short for this move tonight and tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. That's kind of an idea I have, but I want to see if we're going to come up and break the high or not, because they've been kind of chopping. Kind of looks like a diagonal a little bit. So if that's a diag, what is that a diag of, right? Is that an ending diag? Is it an ender? I don't know. It's two. It could be a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. In which case we're rocking to the upside. So anyway, I'm kind of watching SOL. I kind of like the way that runs and moves. So I've been trading that quite a bit. All right, let's zoom out. Let's start with BTC. We're gonna look at the alts tonight, guys. So let me know what alts you want to take a peek at. I'll be glad to look at them. Some have already done popped. Okay, some of them have already, broken out. But there are several that are setting up to follow that we want to be looking at. So I'm going to try to catch some of these if we're going to have a little alt season here, and we may be in the middle of one right now. Okay, all right. Well, let's go to the higher time frame, daily time frame. Take a peek at BTC. See what's going on. All right. Well, obviously, when there's a lot of consolidation up here at the top, and price action is super slow. And to be honest with you, price never goes straight up in these waves forever. They got to consolidate. They've got to create a wave that is where they are collecting liquidity by the market makers. Market makers are also getting positions settled. Okay, there are people looking for continuation, and there are people looking for moves to the downside, everybody in between. So because of that, the market will go sideways and give the look of a long or a short at any given moment. There'll be times when the market will look really, really bearish, and then the times when it'll look really, really bullish. Okay, if we go down to the 4 hour, just up until Friday, this thing just kept rolling over, and everything was looking really bearish, right? So this wave was looking really bearish, and it took out this low, barely took out that low, but it took it out. And then all of a sudden, boom, Saturday's price action into Sunday, it gets bullish again, right? It broke out of that this downward trend, and now the question is this going to continue up, or is this just going to make a 3-wave, take the top and come on down? There's so many things that can happen here, right? So on the small time frame, guys, we're in a consolidation range, and we're still in it. We're still right smack in the middle of it. It is literally up or down, okay? And there's no way to know which way it's going to go, okay? I know a lot of you are looking for this thing to just start pumping up, right? And let's just keep going. Let's just keep going forever and ever. Right, but let me just explain to you, especially you moon boys out there, that the market just doesn't play like that all the time, okay? And you can't expect it all the time. You have to keep even keel. You have to know when to be taking your longs and when to be taking your trades. You had your opportunity. You did have an opportunity here on the 4 hour chart, on the break of this candle right here. The break and the close of these little, come on. There we go. Right in here, you had your opportunity. If you want to be a buyer, okay. If you want to be a buyer, you had a break of that structure here on these two 4 hour candles, a little 8 hour window here to think about buying. Now you're getting if we draw it off the peaks, off the tips there, we had a bit of a breakout. Now we're kind of consolidating back down. So this could be a buy opportunity for those of you looking for a buy opportunity. This could be a retrace of some kind. And then we're looking for a break back to the upside here. So anyway, but that's the time to be, these times right here when you're breaking wave structure, this is when you want to be buying, because that's the lowest risk, because your stop is the closest. So you want to be thinking about buying in those times. But right now, right in the middle of a range, it's a horrible time to buy. Unless the wave structure on the smaller time frame shows you something. Okay. So on the 4-hour chart, middle of the range, it's just not a great time to be buying, especially at the top of a wave like this when things are consolidating and when there are wave counts that take us to the downside. So anyway, that said, right now we don't really have any time unless you're a day trader like me and you're trading small moves of the market. You don't have any business really taking any positions right now, or looking necessarily at this moment really taking any kind of long-term position. This is profit-taking zone, to be honest with you. This is we're looking for a spike and then a rejection potentially. That's a wave pattern that might happen. And so just to trade this little amount, little movement on the price, chances are you're not going to be able to, unless you set limit orders to sell, at the right time. Who knows if you get it right? But if you can't watch that wave, it might happen very quickly. It go up, hit it fast, and then come on back down before you have a chance to even do anything. So this isn't a smart area if you're spot trading to be thinking about looking for a long. I do not think price is going to take us up to 60K from here. Sorry about that. Okay. My children. I have children, and sometimes they're not so good. Okay, so anyway, with that said, price action in here. We're going to do a little bit more work on the small time frame. Tell you what I'm thinking I'm seeing here, but we'll talk about some ideas that could be happening here. But anyway, I guess my point is just as a quick, hey, what are we doing right now? Right now, we're in a consolidation range that price can go up or down, and chances are this could flag out for a much larger time period. Okay, price could stay in this range for another 2 weeks, another month, if the powers that be want it to stay there. Okay, that being said, on the 4-hour, we have broken out of a pattern. Okay, there was a pattern to the downside. This was a corrective pattern here. Okay, momentum to the downside was showing on the RSI, and we have broken out of that pattern. Now we came back up, and we came back up to the 60. That we could continue down if they want to. So if just because we had a pullback doesn't mean we can't continue down. Price can continue down from here. But this is a breakout. We always pay attention to breakouts of patterns. All right. The last time we broke out of a pattern, you can see this downward pattern here. Boom, boom. We broke out, retested, and then continued up right there. Nice little triangle formed here. A, B, C, D, E. Which is, to me, that's compelling. That looks like a triangle. Now, whether it is or not, I don't know if it's a triangle or not, but it looks like a triangle. One of my main counts up to this point for Bitcoin is that we have an extended fifth on our hands, and that to me is a tricky count. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's a triangle 4. Okay, and this is wave 5, and we finished, or wave 5 finished right here on that wick, right there. That's done. So we had an extended fifth wave, okay, and you can get 5 waves in that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's kind of a trashy count. That's a trashy wave count, but it's a possible wave count. It's plausible, okay. In other words, a lot of people would not be looking at this current wave structure. A lot of people would not be thinking we've topped. Looking at the current wave structure, this doesn't look like a Bitcoin top. It doesn't feel like it, but it might be sneaky, especially if we get a really big move that takes us down kind of quickly. Then all of a sudden it is looking like a top, and all of a sudden you had a wave 4 and a wave 5 that finished, and the fifth wave of the fifth gave you what appears to be a 3-wave shape, and you were looking for this to consolidate and go up one more time, hit higher targets, but it doesn't do that. It rolls over, it collects your liquidity first, gets you FOMOing in to your positions long, and then takes you out, liquidates you, or causes you to stop it out as price dumps on you. So I think the warning here, as we think about Bitcoin, is there's a very real possibility that this was a top. It's at least a wave count that's plausible, it's possible, and it would trap a bunch of people. I mean, because a bunch of you, especially me, I'm looking at this chart and I'm thinking, hey, there's more upside to come. This looks like it needs to go up. It needs to go up more. Now my dog's chasing my cat. So just looking at the chart, it looks like it's consolidating for a wave. I mean, low-hanging fruit here. It looks like it's consolidating. Come on, Jim. Click. There we go. Looks like it's consolidating for a wave 4. It looks like it needs to go up for a wave 5. And then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's beautiful. But it's too beautiful. It really is too beautiful. And it's playing around here in such a way that's got me thinking, hey, you know what? There's a good chance we've already hit the top. That we finished the wave. It's done. We're actually getting ready to have a big move to the downside. Okay? And let's talk about that count in just a moment. But let me warn you that a top could be in Bitcoin. And there are lots of you looking for another move to the upside. How many of you, as you think about this extended fifth, realize or agree that would be like a super trashy market maker move, that it would trap a bunch of people? I mean, I think the general sentiment is a little euphoric overall of the market. I think the market is a little too bullish, a little too. You look at the Nasdaq and we're just pumping up. We won't stop. We're never going to stop. S&P just keeps pulling back and making another high. It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Okay, and every time it takes another high, it gives you another sense of confidence. Yeah, we're going up and we're only going up. We're never going to go down. But let me tell you something. When the market does things like that, I sit up and listen, because the move that it makes is usually pretty strong, and when it makes you feel like it's never going to stop, it stops. And when it does stop, it stops hard, and it goes the opposite way faster than you imagine. So you got to watch out for those big terrifying, even stop hunt, corrections. So you got to stay even keel in this market, guys. You got to stay just about as neutral as you can be, okay, as you're trading Bitcoin, because we know that she can turn on a dime. I mean, on a dime. And a lot of times she'll give you a look that you expect one thing, and she does the other. In fact, that's a really good way to trade, by the way. When you see something on the chart that makes you think one thing, just look the other way and see if you can see it go the other way in your mind. And you're like, oh yeah, it could go that way. And what would the count be if that happened? Okay, so always look at the contrary view of what you think. So as you look at the market, I mean, I got all these signals. I got these bullish signals. I get this breakout to the upside here. Okay, I got a breakout in price to the upside. I'm getting a little bit of a pullback right now, but the mindset could be, well, that's just a little pullback here. Once that's done, here we go, and that's a real possibility that could play. Okay, but there is another count here. There's another count here. This right here could very well be some kind of a flat. Okay, where you have a 3-wave move down, a 3-wave move up that may or may not be finished. And then all of a sudden, boom, we get a 5-wave move down that goes really fast. Okay? And what that could be is the first move, the first wave, A, B, C, of a much larger correction. Yes, it doesn't have to start with an impulse wave. It doesn't have to start with 5 waves. We could totally begin with a 3-wave move off the top. And it could be it could be really extended 3-wave move. Okay? Followed by a 3-wave pullback, and then maybe another 3-wave move again. And all of a sudden you've got a W, X, and a Y. And you zoom out. If you get a WXY like that, all of a sudden you get the beginnings of a larger correction. Boom. Maybe you get a three-wave pullback, and this goes again. You get a WXYZ, or whatever. So anyway, I guess the point is that this could be a top. Okay, and right now, I don't think a lot of people are looking at that as a top. I think a lot of people are looking at this saying, "Hey, this is more than likely. This is more than likely gonna, go up and hit high one more time. This looks like a consolidation range. This looks like it needs to just, kind of consolidate and then go up, right? So that's exactly what it looks like. But be careful. Okay, so you've heard it here. You heard it here first. I'm doing all the talking, and you guys are probably talking as well. And good to see 57 of you here. Wonder if I could see 57 likes. That would be really cool. So smash that like button for me, guys. That would just a quick way to tell YouTube this is a good video for other people to be watching. Okay. All right. So don't rule out, guys, in your wave count. Don't rule out a top here. Okay. Don't rule out that we've already finished with this wick to the upside right here on the 8-hour. Okay. All right, let me just take a peek at SOL here. Looking for an entry here. We got a breaking out of a little pattern here to the downside right here. That's good. But this may also be a flat. I'm wondering if this is a flat here. Right here where we got A, B, C. Is there another count here? Let me clear my screen just for a moment. Yeah, my primary count for SOL at the moment, this is small time frame, 5 minute, guys. 5 minute time frame, is that we're getting some kind of we got a three-wave down. I'm not sure. This could be a flat B wave, and now we're in C. And basically in the C wave, I would expect some kind of a pullback, and then just to finish this thing. So that's what I'm expecting. This is kind of price action I'm expecting tonight. Something like this, maybe. Now, if this comes up and breaks the high, then I have to reconsider what this is. Still could be a flat, but it's ugly that way. You see how, see how you got three waves? You kind of got this little A, B, C right here. And then it's followed by this move. It just makes me think that this could be A, B, and C. And that we're getting ready to go up for another high. Let's keep an eye on that guy. Let's keep an eye on that. If this keeps rolling over and coming down, then obviously that first count is a good count. All right. There's one extra like. I asked for some likes, and one of you hit likes. Thank you. Thank you. Who was it that did it? Appreciate you that did it. Thank you. All right, let me read some of your comments here. Okay, you guys are requesting alts. That'll do. Hey, Thoth Mark. What's up, man? You might be right on that. You might be right on that. Zonky, I appreciate that. Thank you, Zonky 157. What a name. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like the information. SOL is just selling off like crazy, man. I wish I had shorted the top. I almost did. But I don't do that stuff anymore. I wait for pullbacks. Let's see here. Thank you guys for hitting the likes. Appreciate it. All right. You guys are just... yeah, Janix, it certainly could go either way. Price could go either way. That's why you got to be nimble. And you try not to let your biases, try not to let your biases overcome you. That's why we just look at the wave structure carefully on a day-to-day basis, and we ask ourselves, what is the wave structure giving us any clue as to where price might be heading? So that's why we study wave structure, okay, and we also we put that with other known information out there. So I love any kind of information you guys have that brings you can bring to the table. That always adds to it. So because a lot of times the narrative that's being seen out there, the news, the global economic circumstance, geopolitical circumstances that are going on, Fed and all that stuff. You put all that together, and then you can begin to see what wave structure the waves look like. They're telling a story, and where they're going, and you can see if the waves match up with the narrative and what's happening and what we're seeing. So, and then the way historically price has moved. So that's what we're doing here. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right, so question is, I think the simple question for Bitcoin on the higher time frame is this a local top? Is this finished? Okay, one argument for it is that you have a very clear wave 4 shape. This is a clear fourth wave shape, okay, followed by a spike to the high. We've got divergence on the screen. Okay, we've got triple divergence, double divergence, however you want to call it. Okay, you got the divergence from the flat that's here, and you also have divergence between the bottom wave 4 or the top of wave 3 and into wave 5. I've got a cat here. Okay. Cat. All right. You can't bother me too much. You can't get on my face. She likes to come up and get on my shoulder. Maybe she'll purr into the microphone for us. Anyway, so you got divergence there on the daily. You also have a break of structure here. Okay. After the divergence. So you've got bearish signals here. There's a real chance. Come on, cat. There's a real chance that this says, nope, you can't do that. You got to stay right here. All right, you got to go. Poor cat. She loves me at night because nobody else is around. So the wave structure questions for me is, this could be an A, B, and a C wave. Simple zigzag that retrace to the 618 golden zone, okay, of the previous wave. I mean, we came right up into the golden zone and past it even. Okay, so this is a beautiful wave structure here. You've got 3 waves down, boom. You've got either 3 waves up, or we could call this an expanded flat, 5-way ABC, and there's 2 ways to count that as 3 waves. Okay, So that could be the X wave. Now we could be waiting for a Y wave. Okay. A Y wave may be coming, guys. In other words, the market may be ready to bring us down here, all right, and finish the third wave of a macro correction, okay? In other words, we're going to call all of this price action, okay? We're going to call all of this price action from the beginning of Bitcoin's existence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we're looking for 3 waves to bring us down to the origin liquidity zone. Right here. Come back and hit it. We didn't quite hit it here. Everybody was looking for it to come down here. It didn't. It bounced back up. The next move, I believe, once we've finished, is it's going to start working its way down here. Who knows how long it's going to take? Could take a couple of years for price to. It could happen in a very quick fashion. Okay, could come down in 3 very sharp waves, A, B, C, something like that, or it could go 3, 3, 3, and it could take a really long time, right? So is it going to happen quickly, or is it going to take a really long time? Either way, my belief system is that we need to come down here, retest 8,000 to 10 to 12,000, could go as low as 4,000 or so. Okay, the price could get that low again, but it doesn't need to spend a lot of time down here. In fact, I don't want it to spend a lot of time down here. I guess it could. But rather, I would like to see price get back up pretty quick, correct, and then continue on for a very large third wave that is a multi-year generational wealth building moonshot. But what this does is that this gives another year to 2 to 3 years, okay, depending on how long it takes. Gives that time for Bitcoin and those that are trying to go bring our economic system to crypto, gives them time to finish developing and a couple more years to finish the setup. And once the setup is in place, okay, then Bitcoin can the rise of the fourth industrial revolution can happen. It can rise, and which is the plan, to bring everything to the new world order, right? We know that crypto is part of the new world order, and the powers that be, they're taking us there. We know that CBDCs are going to be a big part of that. There's going to be a big fight for freedom inside of this. I don't have a lot of positive energy here when it comes to this process. I know a lot of people are looking to get rich, and you might get rich in the process, investing in crypto. You might, but they're not in the business of letting people have money. They're really the people who have money. They're not in the business of letting you have money. They're out to take your money and to take control of your money. They've historically shown themselves to do that, and they do that very, very well. Okay. If you don't know, if you do not believe that the Bitcoin could come down here, if you don't believe that, if your mind is saying, oh no, never, Bitcoin's too bullish right now, I could never do that, then you are naive. You're very naive. Okay? Now, I'm not here saying with certainty that this is going to happen. I just think there's a lot of wave structure here that says, hey, that there's a high likelihood that this very well could happen, okay? That we are sitting at a price zone and a wave structure zone here that says, hey, this is looking very toppy. That doesn't mean price can't stay up here and chop around within a $10,000 range, $5,000 to $10,000 range for a very long time. The wave structure that develops up here could be very choppy, okay? But we will analyze that wave structure week after week, I promise you. And we'll look at it on Sunday night charts, and I won't leave you to yourself. I'll let you know what I'm seeing. And every week of information that we get just gives us a bigger piece, another piece of the puzzle that we can add to it until we begin to see. But so I don't know what's coming on the right side of our screen. I can't tell you with certainty what will come. What I can tell you is that this that I presented to you is a possibility, is a strong possibility for price action. Okay, that this could very well be what's in store. Now, on the smaller time frame, could this come up a little bit higher? Absolutely. Could there be a larger correction and another high? Yes. Are there a million different scenarios that can happen in price action up here at the top before we start, really making our way down? Yes. Okay. So just because this doesn't take place this week or even next month, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Okay. We won't know for a while. I won't know. I'll let you know when this particular wave is invalid in its possibility. In other words, I'll let you know when I'm like, you know what, guys, that was an idea I had, but it doesn't look likely that idea is playing out. So I've kind of abandoned that idea. I'll let you know when that takes place. I really will. Okay. So, with that said, I am bearish on the macro count, though there are bullish counts that we can talk about. But I think we're ripe for the Y wave of a large WXY correction, and this is a macro correction of the first wave of Bitcoin's price. That this was wave 1 right there. That was wave 1. It's finished. Now we're in the middle of wave 2, which is going to be protracted and a good length of time, and it's going to retrace down 80 to 90% of the original price of Bitcoin. Okay, in other words, it's going to come down quite a lot. Let's look at because that's historically what Bitcoin wave 2s do. So far, we've currently retraced to the 786. One could argue that Bitcoin has already finished its wave 2. That wave 2 is finished. That we have a 3-wave move right here. Okay? And I think that's a fine argument. The problem I have with this argument, okay, you can say, hey, that's done. And now we're in the middle of the first wave back to the upside, which we'll talk about this. But the problem I have with this argument is that historically, and we don't have a lot of history, right? But historically, when you look at that correction right there and that correction right there, when you have waves that go straight up like that, the waves subsequently don't come straight down and finish. You do usually get a first move that comes down in 3 waves pretty quickly, just like right there and right here. 3 waves came down pretty quick. But then it was followed by a wave that took time. Here there was a triangle in here as the X wave. Okay. Here there was a flat in here as the X wave. Okay, and then time in this flat. So in other words, you had a complex correction. Bitcoin's history of large corrections of waves tends to be complex in nature. Okay, so my guess is that we're now going to get a wave. Now that we've had this pullback, we're now going to get a wave that's going to take time out of the market, and it's going to roll over. It's going to stay in this range for the next. I mean, what I just drew right there for you, if something like that happens, I mean that's you're talking 3 years of price just staying like this, sideways, until finally you get the final move to like $4,000 or something like that. I drew it down to zero. I didn't mean to draw it that quite like that, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. And then price goes. There will be a time when the cryptos will rise. Okay, I just don't think we're there yet. I think we're on the precipice of that, but I think we're years off of that. I think that we still have a major accumulation time frame that the powers that be are probably going to accumulate all through here, okay, until they own and regulate it all. And that then we're going to be going up. So stay even keel, guys, okay? Just stay even keel. And just understand that this wave structure right here is yelling and screaming at me. I'm about done. I'm about done. And if it's not done, fine. But there's a real strong possibility that this is a finished wave right here. And what comes next could easily be already beginning. Like right now, we've already in the beginning stages of the first wave to the downside. Okay, but no, I don't think anything's going to move $10,000 or $20,000 in a day or a week or whatever. I'm not looking for big moves like that, really. I am looking for $2,000 or $3,000 moves. I wouldn't be surprised to see a day where you get a $2,000 to $5,000 move in price, and then it reverts back and it stays in that range. I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin ranging in a $10,000 range over the next, several months. Would not be surprised to see that at all. But I'm just don't have this idea in your head that we're going straight down or straight up. Things move in waves, and things take a lot longer time than you expect, right? And if you spend all your time chasing the big moves of Bitcoin, then guys, you're going to end up missing out on the money making opportunities that Bitcoin gives you every day. Every day. If you want to learn how I trade, we've developed a really nice little trading system that you can learn pretty quickly. It doesn't mean you can implement it, because it doesn't mean you may not have the psychology to trade it. Okay, psychology is everything in trading, guys. But it's certainly a system that allows you to trade with very low risk. And if you have a powerful psychology that allows you to stop to stop a trade when you're supposed to stop it, and to enter a trade when you're supposed to enter it, at the proper risk size of your account, proper risk management there, position sizing, entry discipline, stop discipline, all these things. All right. Then we've got a very successful strategy that allows you to trade within this chop. Okay. And it allows you to make money day to day in Bitcoin, not caring where the price is going. So some of you may have some spot investments in Bitcoin. That's fine. And I think over the long haul, they're going to be a good investment, unless Bitcoin dies for some reason that I don't see or understand. Okay, Bitcoin could die, and a Bitcoin 2.0 might show up one day, right? I don't think blockchain's going anywhere, but Bitcoin as you know it, or crypto as you know it, could die. All these cryptos, all of them, all right, might be the foundational building blocks of what's to come later, right? But that doesn't mean that the current crypto universe that we have now is going to last forever. Every one of them could just completely go to zero, and we rebuild off of new things. That, in other words, new cryptos come out and are built off the current technology, but these become obsolete and they become useless and worthless, and you don't want to be holding them forever. Okay, so the mindset that says, well, I'm holding Bitcoin forever because it's going to make me a millionaire, you don't know that. You just don't know that. You have to be ready for the eventuality that any investment that you make could go to zero. Okay, so don't think that just something can't go to zero. It totally can. All right, so you got to have the right psychology for sure, and right risk management. So if you want to learn a system of trading that allows you to trade in this daily chop of Bitcoin, and I mean, we've got a strategy that works very well. We've got a great educational portion of the Discord. Love to have you in there. Invite you warmly in there. My buddy Seth, who's watching tonight, I got to give him super huge kudos for taking an idea that I began with, and is kind of a raw idea of a trading strategy, and man, he just went at it and developed an entry strategy using my raw idea. Just that is just phenomenal, and a stop strategy that is just absolutely phenomenal. So, got to give kudos to him. You want access to Seth and his charts and his ideas on a regular basis. He's in the Discord as well, and you can see his charts. And then we've got Kimosabi, who's just a fantastic. He's got a fantastic Wyckoff mind, and as well as other things. He just loves learning. Been in the markets for years and has a perspective that's super refreshing. And he's in our Discord as well. So appreciate you guys that are appreciate you, Chemo and Seth. Appreciate y'all so much. With that said, I'm rambling here. So anyway, wave structure. I've offered a bearish idea. I mean, obviously the bullish idea is you get some kind of correction and then we continue pumping straight up, right? Could the market do that? Yeah. Could this be a simple correction and now here we go? I mean, yeah, sure, could. It could do that. All right. I think if you're investing if you're investing like with some spot, I think you should draw that line right there on your chart. Just draw that line right there. And if you get a cross of that line, if price crosses it, it's probably a good idea to maybe take profit on your, if you haven't taken profit already, to take profit on your investment. Look for another buying opportunity. Okay. Just to give you an example of how that played out here. Okay. See how this crossed, it retested and continued down. You had you sold in this range. Okay. Had you sold there, you would have gotten a major discount, taking all the profits that you made, and had another buying opportunity here. Okay, you had another buying opportunity down here. I was screaming and yelling, buy. I was bull boy down here, guys. I was screaming and yelling bull back up here to the 41 to 43 range. That was what I was calling back in November of last year. Check it out in my videos. Okay, so if you get a cross here, that's a good idea to go ahead and take your profit. Step out. Well, what if it goes back up a little bit more? What if it makes another high? It can. It totally can. But I would be de-risking if that crossed, because that's letting you know that this wave is finished. That more than likely this is coming down, going to give you another chance to maybe buy on a three-wave pullback minimum. In which case that may happen. You get a nice, $15,000 discount. We can buy back a little cheaper, and maybe we get ready. So there's a bullish idea for you, where you got maybe a 1-2 and then another 1, and then maybe we're waiting on another wave 2. Okay, in which case then we're really bullish here, and this is just going up. But this is a 5-wave structure that looks like it needs a 3-wave pullback minimum. So I've got a couple of counts here. I got one bearish count that says, "Hey, we're getting ready to go down in 3 waves, and we're going down 3 big waves, right?" And then I've got a more bullish count that says, "Hey, we still need a correction here. We still need a sell off here that kind of come back. Let's come back. Let's find some support somewhere around 32, 33K." 38K maybe. And then let's have another buying opportunity after that. So I think there's a lot of plausibility in something like that as well. I've got two counts that say, hey, we need a correction in this area. It's a good time to be thinking, hey, price is going down. Can we still make another high up here? Absolutely. Could we go up to 54 to 57K? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Totally. Do we have to go up there? No, we don't. No, we don't. And that's the point. To be dogmatic saying, oh yeah, we're definitely going up. I think that is ignorant and not smart. To say, hey, I think it's very plausible we go up. Yeah, fine. To have that kind of mentality, yeah. To be trading this last wave to the upside, only if you're a small time trader, But if you're looking to hold this for another $20,000 or something, I don't think it's super likely. I really don't. Could I be wrong? Yep, could be wrong. I'm just catching up on your comments here. Hasta la vista, Barbie. I see a lot of comments in there, buddy. I'm not sure I can keep up with you. I've just shared some thoughts here, as far as as far as small time frame waves, guys. Let's do a little analysis here on the small time frame. So, okay, what do we see here? What's going on with all of this? All right, one possibility I've already explained is that this could be a wave 5 of some kind, where that ended a wave, and now we could be in the beginning stages. We have A, B, C. Okay. Now we have another flat on our hands. 3, 3, 5. Okay, that could be a flat right there. And that could be, so this could be A, this could be B. It might be ready to go down for C. That's possible. It's plausible. It's possible. I don't know if that's the case or not. This wave structure is super, super challenging. No, I've been saying this in my Discord. Guys, this wave structure up here right now is some of the most challenging wave structure I have seen BTC ever give us. Ever. Okay. It's very, very challenging. Now, let's see here. Three. I'm just trying to understand this wave here. That could be 3, flat 3, going down for 5. Or this could be wave 5, and that could be A, B, C. Now you got a 1, 2. This is a tricky one here. Something like that. Sorry guys, doing a little work on this. Just kind of looking at the overall picture here. Getting a bit of a volume spike on this candle right now, so kind of interesting. Might be ready for a correction. It's broken structure a little bit to the upside here. Come down and finish and then come up. So this is really interesting wave structure here. This gives me the sense of a finished correction and a finished wave. And now we could have a, this is ugly. That could be an A wave. It's 3 waves. And then this could be B. 3, 3, 5. And now what's happening is we're getting a C wave. 1, 2. Let's come down here. 3, 4, and 5. Let's come down to the 618 retrace. Let's come down to this area right here. Yeah, that 5 minutes rolling over. That's not a bad idea there. What that gives you is a 5-wave move from the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gives you a 5-wave move, and then now that what that gives you is a 3-wave flat. An ABC. And that could be an A and a B wave. So that could be A. And that flat that I just drew is a B. And then we'd be looking for a C. And on this C wave, okay, on that C wave, if that's a C, if that's correct. And it may not be correct. I'll talk about what else it could be in just a moment. But on that C wave, this is when the alts would pump. Okay, now let's talk about another count here. It's possible as well that this is an A or W. That could be a WXY or a really ugly B wave. It could be WXY, ABC. I'm not sure. In other words, this could be a three-way move. Which then you got A, B, C. So you still have 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was your ABC. Okay? It didn't come down to the 618. It came down to the 50, maybe. Didn't even hit the 50. Shallow retrace. Then all of a sudden you got an impulse wave. Boom. Impulse. And now you get a 3-way pullback. As long as we don't break this low, we break structure and we start rocking to the upside here, which is a very strong possibility, then we might get a big bullish move here, okay, out of Bitcoin right now. So there's the small time frame ideas that I have, okay? One takes us, let's take this down here to the 618. Let's finish retracing this wave. And another one says, hey, we're done. We're done. We've got like a 1, 2. And now we got a 1, 2. We're getting ready to get a bullish pump here. Okay. So possibility as well. Let's zoom back out just a little bit. 15-minute chart and say, okay, what is going on right in here? What's happening here? Well, first off, this wave broke this low. So you can't call this like a 1, 2. Okay. So that's one thing. What else could it be? Well, it started out with what looks to be 3 waves there. Then you had 3 waves there. Then looks like 5 waves. That looks like some kind of a flat, or that could be even 3 waves, or WXY. So this could be, again, just analyzing small time frame wave structure. Okay, that could be a WXY there. That seems awful truncated though, doesn't it? So this could be the B wave then, right here, where you got 3. Oops, sorry. Let's try it this way. Where you got 3, 3, and that's 5 down to there. Now you've got A, B, C, A, B, C, and now we're looking for 5 waves up. Okay. Did we get 5 waves up? Maybe. We possibly did. Okay. In other words, you could say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it finished. And that right there that I just drew is A, B, C flat. That finished something. Now, if that finished something, what's going on here? What's happening here? Again, there's so many things. So many things here. If that's a flat, now the other possibility is that this ABC isn't finished. That this needs to rock onto the upside, maybe go up as an ending diag, maybe something like. Sorry, I drew that really poorly. And so this flat could finish real choppy like this. That might be an interpretation of what we're seeing as well. Where we end like that. So I've offered a couple of interpretations here. One that takes us down here to the 618. Another one that says, hey, maybe we go up from here. And so now what needs to happen is you watch this wave to say, okay, do we break this low? If we break that low, that invalidates a 1, 2 to the upside. It invalidates that, okay, if that low gets broken. It doesn't mean price can't go up there. It just means that that count of 1, 2 is invalid. You have to count it another way, okay? Now, what's interesting to me, because I've been watching SOL, is that SOL's coming down, and it's coming straight down. There's no pullbacks. There's no, so it's just like, okay. So what's happening here? What does this mean? We're coming in on a trend line here. So I don't know if they were going to find any kind of support here or not. We probably won't, but it's possible we could, right? But this wave to me, you have a potential A, B, and a C wave right there. And it started with 3 waves here. So we got 3, 3, and now we're in the middle of the C wave, maybe a 5. That may come and take this liquidity down here. It may want to come down here, take some liquidity here. It's real possible. Okay, and this is setting up for a bullish wave that gets ready to come and do that. Let's look back at Bitcoin here. So at this moment right now, it's a key moment here for us. So are we going to break this low here? I mean, they keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down. You know, so there's a real chance, yeah, we're going to break that. This is about to take this low out here. Or is it just, you know, doing that little, just inching up to it, and then we're going to get a big pullback here. But, you know, SOL is just man, that thing's just flying. It don't want to stop. We are getting oversold in the 3-minute and the 5-minute. How about the 15? 15 is not oversold. It wasn't overbought either, so we're kind of in the middle of a range here. Check Matic. I hate it. I hate that wave structure. Let's watch Bitcoin, see if it's going to break to the upside or not. Let's take a peek at Ethereum. What's Ethereum look like, guys? Ethereum gives you the flat, kind of a flat look up here, doesn't it? Where it looks like it's potentially making an A, B, and a C. And it wants to go, I mean, unless it just continues rocking to the downside, this thing can go up and take the high again. It absolutely could do that. And it would be just fine. It would be just fine. But it kind of gives you the sense, it's kind of rolling over right here, but it could go up and take the high again. No problem. And you get a bit of a pump here. So far as the candle here on the 15-minute SOL is holding, but see, we wicked and bounced. So either this is going to break or it's going to wick back within this 18 seconds, or engulf on the next candle. But looking awful bearish. These candles are awful bearish. But again, they can change in a dime. Remember, the market's all about creating a look for you to take your money. So, you know, this is looking real bearish, looking real bearish. And it might come down here, take this liquidity, get everybody selling. And then all that is just a big flat, boom, and then they take it up. You know, so watch out for that. That's what I'm expecting, something like that, to be honest with you. Just good. Okay, how we doing in the stream, guys? How we doing? How's the conversation going? Altcoins. What makes me think the altcoins are going to pop? And we need to talk about that because that's the title, right? So let's now, Chemo. If you could give me the list. I don't know if you have a list, but if you could give me a list here. Of what people wanted to see. That would be awesome. Thank you, man. Here's another count that I see in SOL that this could be a flat in and of itself. 3 waves. So let me get this out of the way here. Get that out of the way. Let's see what's going on. So what we could see back to the question, why do I think this is going to pop? I mean, and I think the comment was made: cryptos, the alts are dependent on Bitcoin. It's true, but Bitcoin could be making a stay in a sideways range. Guys, forget it, Chemo. Don't make a list right now, guys. If you want to see a particular analysis on an altcoin, put it in there right now in the chat. Just let's get a new list going. First come, first serve. Super chats are always looked at before anything else. So you super chat, we'll look at yours first. Okay? All right. So with that said, what was I saying? Oh, okay. So if Bitcoin stays in a range, right? Maybe it comes out and then it pops to the upside like that during this pop, or even when it's ranging. The alts can be pumping while Bitcoin could even be dumping in a small time frame. So you got to realize that that's a possibility that can happen. We see that all the time. We see the alts moving without Bitcoin all the time. So let me give you a case in point here. Case in point. Let me see. I've got that. Let's use that chart there. Okay. Let's look at Jasmy for a moment. Jasmy. On the daily chart. I had just this major pump here. You say, where in the world did that come from? You know, who knows? Who cares? Right? But see that wave right there? Let's go in the 4 hour. That wave right there is on all the charts. All the alt charts have that wave right there. Okay? And subsequently, many of the alts have this choppy looking formation to the upside. It's kind of chopping, right? They haven't broken the highs yet. And then boom, Jasmy just took off. And I'm wondering, offering the possibility, is Jasmy telling the story of what the alts are getting ready to do? Okay, let's look at H bar for a moment. Okay, let's find that wave. Okay, let's find the wave. This is the 4 hour chart, right? There's the wave that I talked about with Jasmy. And then we had chop to the upside. And then boom, took off. Not as high, not as hard, but it popped. So H bar's already popped. H bar could pop again. I don't know, but it popped. It's done. Or at least it gave you that pop to the high, took out the high, just like Jasmy did. Okay, so there's 2. Okay, now I look at ZIL. Okay, I look at ZIL. And look at what's happening. It's the 4-hour chart. You've got that wave on the 4-hour chart. There it is. Chop, chop, chop. Now she's starting to pop. Chances are she's getting ready to do something like that. Okay? Which means Bitcoin's probably going to be moving up tonight and tomorrow. Probably. Maybe not. Could be a red day tomorrow, and this might be red. This might be correcting. Excuse me. Sorry about that. This could be correcting over the next day or two, and after that's finished, maybe the first of the month, maybe March, we get that final pop, and then we go down. But nevertheless, so ZIL is showing the same wave structure here. Chop, chop. I'm waiting for the pop, and then maybe flag out, and whatever. So that's a real possibility. Really. So let's just look at some more. So that was ZIL. Okay, let's look at Maker. Let's find the wave on the 4-hour. Maker doesn't have it. Maker's wave structure is different. Let's go to SOL. SOL. Okay. On the 4-hour chart, SOL has the same wave. What's different about SOL is this chop formation. This came down kind of deep. But there's nothing saying that this can't be a wave 1 to right here, and that this is wave 2. And now we're getting ready to rock to the upside. This is getting ready to start trending to the upside. You say, Jim, how can you count that as a wave 1? How do you count this as a wave 1? Because that looks like 3 waves, doesn't it? Guys, you have to learn something, and I'll be teaching this, but you have to learn something about crypto, about Elliott, is that this could be an extended 5th wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, extended 5th, 5. 4 doesn't overlap the 1, okay? And it gives you an extended wave. It almost makes it look like a 1-to-1 extension of wave 1 to 3, okay? Often that's what extended 5ths do, okay? In which case, yeah, then you got 5 waves in the 5th. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a good candidate for an extended 5th, and that could be a wave 1, and then you got an ABC. A, B, C. Now we've broken structure to the upside. We've broken that price structure to the upside. Okay. Consolidate. Let's go. We might be on the precipice. SOL might be on the precipice of a pop to the upside. So what would be the count? And you can see that SOL is on the precipice of. I mean, right now it's still in its trending area. It hasn't broken out yet, but the RSI is about to break out, which is a good leading indicator. Okay, price has already broken out of the local trend. Price has already broken out. Okay, so but it's the local trend. So we'll have to see if this continues. It could come down here and then go up. So in other words, this could be wave 1. We're in the middle of a little wave 2. It still has to go down some, and then we come up and go. Anyway, I'm looking for SOL to pump. Okay, this is the wave that Jasmine had. Chop, 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 chop. Let's go. Okay, so that's what Jasmine did. That's what HBAR did. Okay. Do you guys know any other? Well, let me just keep looking at some of these, like ARB, for instance. ARB has the same wave here, but it's a little different character. Nevertheless, you got a potential 1-2, 1-2 here. If this wants to go, it can. It totally could. This looks like a 3-wave pullback right now, but this also looks very 3-wave. We're on the precipice of something here. Whether this is going to rock to the downside or this is going to pull back and go. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to see the way the alts have been moving, to see that move right there, that pop. Could be an ending diag maybe, or it could be just a fifth wave. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, something like that. And that finishes. Wouldn't be surprised. Does it have to do that? No, it doesn't have to do that. It looks primed to do this, right? That's what you want to say it's going to do. So ARB is a perfect example. So I'm just going through my list here. Let's just keep going through my list here. Atom. Yeah, Atom's doing great. Okay, you got the wave. This is a 4-hour chart. Okay, you got the Jasmine wave. Same one. Now you got a nice 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going. I mean, it's right now we're trending. It's looking good, looking like it's ready to start pumping. I don't know when and how fast it's gonna go, but there's gonna be a day where some of these alts just start flying, and you're gonna hear about it. And well, this such and such is flying today, and then the next day you'll hear about another one flying, and it's just a little alt season here, where they all seem to need to go, and they all have this wave. Right, Jasmine and H bar have already popped to hit that top. Okay, Jasmine hit it really high, whereas H bar hit it. It doesn't have to go that high. So I don't know how high it's going to go. I don't know the targets. I mean, we can guess some targets, but it's anybody's guess. But I'm just saying there's an alt season potentially coming. And I think it looks, that's ARB. I don't want to be on ARB. I was on Atom. There we go. So yeah, I think there's a pop coming. I do. In fact, Atom might be a big one, based on this wave structure right here. This might be really, really getting ready to rock. This doesn't mean Bitcoin has to do that. It really doesn't. Bitcoin doesn't have to do that. Bitcoin can be going sideways while all these alts are moving. That happens constantly. So what could happen is Bitcoin can even be correcting, because what happens is they can sell or they can buy these alts with Bitcoin. In other words, if they start they bought up all the Bitcoin like right now, and they can start selling the Bitcoin into the alts, okay, pumping those up, and then they sell the alts off as well into USDT. And so that's the way they could pump while Bitcoin is not pumping. It actually, Bitcoin might even dump or go sideways and down while these alts are popping off. Let's look at Dash. See what Dash is looking like. Okay, you've got the wave. It's not as pretty as Jasmine, but you've got it here. You got the wave, and now she's So I wouldn't be surprised to see this finish off. Okay, would not be surprised to see this coming on up, even if it's just coming up to here before it comes down again. But it looks like Dash needs to go up as well. Plenty of room on the upside for that. Start popping off. Okay, let's look at Dot. Dot's got the wave, guys. Look at Dot. Dot's very pretty. Got a nice three-way pullback. And now what's happening? We got chop, chop. Here we go. Let's and it's getting ready to pop off. Okay. I'm not telling you to buy these right away or right now. I mean you got some buy signals here. We got this pullback here. I mean, if you get another pullback with another green can, I mean, that might be a buy signal in here to get in this wave and go. You got to use good risk management, guys. You got to, spot, but you got to have stops. Where are you going to stop it? Okay, here's a nice stop. Draw that trend line right there. If it breaks down below it, then maybe consider stopping it out. Right, but Dot's looking great for a long there. Okay. Luna. I wouldn't trust Luna, but it's got the wave. You got some kind of leading diag. You got a 3-wave pullback. This could rock, or could rock to the upside. Just one more pop, and then come on down and die. But nevertheless, it could still pop. It could be part of that alt season pop. We'll see. I'm not saying it is or isn't, but it could. Let's see. What's HSI? What is that? Nope, not that one. That's the index. Matic is another good one. Let's look at the 4-hour chart on Matic. Okay, Matic's got the wave, guys. I mean, look at it. It's got the wave. Okay, now what are we doing? Chop, 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 chop. I would not be surprised to see this pop off tonight or tomorrow. And really start rocking. It could pull back again before it goes, but it's looking poppy, guys. Looking like alts are about to go. Okay, how about Gala? 4-hour chart. It's got the wave, guys. Gala has the wave. It's right there. There it is. Chop, 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 chop. So go back and look at Jasmine. Okay, look at Jasmine. Okay. Look at the bottom structure here. Look at this little M shape there, sideways, gone up, and then we have this wave right here. That wave right there, that 3 3 3 looking thing. Okay, it's trashy looking, but that wave right there, you can find it on all the alts, man, and then it chop 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 chop, and then it just took off. Just took off. Now, I'm not saying every alt's going to go as high as Jasmine did in relationship to this wave. I'm just saying a pop above that wave is looking very likely. Again, Precipice on H-bar has done it already. So we've already had several alts to do it. You've got the same thing. You got that M shaped on the bottom structure. You got that, oh come on. You got that M-shaped wave. Okay, so there's the wave we're looking for. That's the Jasmine wave, right? Chop, 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 pop, right? So anyway, we've already had several alts that have done it. But we have a lot of alts that seem to be lagging behind. They're still in the chop phase. We haven't had the pop phase. Chop and pop, baby. Chop and pop. So hope that helps you guys. Wow. While I'm doing all of that, I got people sending me super chats. Bit brokers. How much in Mexican dollars is that? How much? I wonder, what does that translate to USD? Thank you for the super chats. Appreciate it. Is there anything, bit brokers, you would like me to look at? Anything at all? So, and I guess what I'm saying is that we could see a couple of days of alts popping and finishing off a wave, and once the alts do that, then we get Bitcoin. Everything dumps. Everything dumps. Bit brokers, according to YouTube, you gave me $100, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Totally appreciate it, but I'd love to look at any chart you want me to look at. Save yourself who can. Okay. Oh, XABCD. Gotcha. It's a harmonic. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, you don't have to keep super chatting me, brother. I'm thankful for it. Thank you so much. Well, let's check those coordinates. Let's look at it because I'm not a harmonics guy. I'd love to learn harmonics. I just have never taken the time to learn it. But let's do it for fun. So 32K, we're 3200. That was way down here. Let me find the harmonics here. Here we go. All right. Is this 32? Where's 32? It's down here. Okay, so we're going to go 32 to 68.9 to 15.5 to 53 and then the range. How do we project this guy? Log scale. Okay. Let's do log. So why is log important? Yeah, I'm trying to do that. 62 to 1500. So in this range here. So we'll just throw it at 4000. So that's a harmonic. Whereas basically for Elliott's calling this a three-wave correction. So basically my Elliott idea is that this is a W, X, and a Y. Looks good, man. So that harmonic kind of flies. I mean, that kind of, it kind of works with Elliott. And I've noticed that. I have just never taken the time, to be honest with you, to study the harmonics. I like them. I've always liked them because they've always jived with Elliott count. So, anyway, I really appreciate those super chats, man. I feel bad that you sent so much. You don't have to keep, super chatting me. Yeah, wave 3 to a million. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. Seth, it jives. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, man, of what's going on right now. I think a lot of people are not looking at this. I think a lot of people are just too bullish right now, looking for the next high. But if you'll notice, even on the log scale, guys, we've broken structure. I mean, we had a fake out breakout. So if we draw this trend line, oh come on. If we draw that trend line there, we broke it. We're retesting it. you know. Yeah, it's always nice to find bit brokers, people like-minded. All right, so let's get that harmonic off here. Let's pull the fibs to find some targets here. So a 1-to-1 extension. Um, well, here's an interesting trend line here. That's an interesting trend line there. Depending on how fast we come down. $9,000. If we come down in three waves. And it could take a lot longer time, right? It could be a lot more complex. So, and that trend line may not be anything. Let's pull the fibs in regular scale here. 786 brings us down to 11,000. 11,000 on in both log and regular is a really important area. 11,000 is an important number. That's a target that I would definitely pay attention to. Let's see what the 618 retrace. Or actually, let's see. Let's see where the retrace fibs take us. You know, oh, shoot. This area right here. These are two targets I'd pay attention to if we start making our way down. Okay, are there any well, bit brokers, thanks again for the thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Any other what do you call it? Let's just keep going through the alts here and see if any others are going to pop. We might get a pop in. So Matic looks good. I looked at H bar already. Coty? Coty? Yeah, I never heard of that one. Is that a stock or a crypto? Okay, it's a crypto. Let's see if it has. Okay, it's already popped. So it's too late. It's already done. And, you know, you had your wave. There was your wave. Chop, chop, chop. Here we go. Boom. So, yeah, it's already had the wave. It's already had the pop. No good on code. I mean, there's no... I'd be taking your profit. Take your stinking profit. You heard it said. Comp USDT. Let's check that one out. Okay. Let's see my analysis. I got the wave I was looking for, but it didn't go up and hit the high like I thought it might. But here, guys, check it out. 4-hour chart. Here's the wave right there. Chop, chop, chopping. We've started popping. Let's see if it pops now. It started. This might go. We've already broke the high. I think it's probably going to go. So comp USDT probably has some more highs. Actually, sorry. This might be the wave. Yeah. Chop, 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 chop. Here we go. It looks decent. Looks decent. Let me see what BTC is doing here. Small time frame. There we go. Yeah, inconclusive. Could roll over and keep coming down, or it could pop up here. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's keep going through the the alts here. XRP. Let's look at XRP. Haven't looked at that. Now, XRP is looking good too for a pop. Okay, it's actually kind of forming here. That's not a triangle. It's just a converging of trend lines, right? But the way I'm looking at this, here's the wave. That's the wave that all those other alts have. It's just XRP is lagging, but this could totally pop. Break above that. So if it breaks above, if XRP breaks here, that's going to be a good sign for a potential pop here in XRP. Now, I think that's a real possibility. So yeah, we could get an XRP pump coming up here pretty good. Would not be surprised to see that. So we'll see what happens. Let me take a peek at SOL here for a moment. Four-hour chart. Where's SOL going? I don't know what SOL's doing. On the daily, there could be some hidden bull here, but it may have some more down to come. It could pop from here too. That's good. We'll see. We'll see if we get that kind of a move here. I'm not sure. Totally could. Let's keep going in the list. GTN maybe a stock. HPE as a stock. Nvidia as a stock. Okay, let's look at the let's look at the US. I'll get to those stocks in just a moment. Let's look at SEI for a moment. SEI I think is already popped. Too late for that one, I think. Well, I mean, there's the wave. It might have another go in it. This might have another go. So yeah, SEI could got hidden bull in the chart. Boom, boom. This looks decent for a potential go. Let's see if it breaks out. Let's see if we get a breakout here. Boom. That might be a good buy area. If it breaks out here tonight or tomorrow, might be a good place to be buying SEI. Otherwise, if it comes down, breaks the low, then you're looking for a break of this larger trend line. But we got a break in structure here on the 4-hour RSI. Got a break and a retest. Let's see if it gets back above between tonight or tomorrow. See if it starts pumping. What else? Let's look at Link. I haven't looked at Link in a while. I haven't looked at LTC in a while either. Let's take a peek at that as well. You know, Link's a bit different here. But it looks like it needs to go up for another wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for 5. Let's go. I'd say Link has another wave, maybe. Got hidden bull down here. Link looks bullish for one more hit to the high. Let's look at LTC for a moment. Oh, that looks great. I drew that a long time ago, guys. Drew this a long time ago. Before this, the price was like right here. Oh, that looks really good. Yeah, see, LTC looks like it's about to rocket. LTC looks like it's about to go. In fact, you got a buy signal here. Shoot, I almost want to be an LTC. 60% move back to the top. Dang. LTC looks so good. It needs to break out here. It needs to bust out of purgatory here. It's on the precipice of doing it. It's so close. Guys, we might get a bullish. We might get that altcoin. All the alts are looking ready. They're ready to go, man. They're ready to go. Look at this leading diag. Look at this three-way pullback. Now look what you got. A 1 and a 2. Now you got a 1, 2, 1, 2. We're getting ready to rock. Guys, that's almost a buy. If it breaks that trend line, that's a buy signal, man. Buy and hold. Hold it for a big time move. There you go, Seth. There's a nice spot trade for you, buddy. That looks so good. It might be only going up for 3 waves and then back down. So that's the other thing. So we don't have to go up forever. We could just go up for A, B, and then C, right? And then we go down. So that's to be tempered with my analysis there. Okay. I'm kind of a bull boy tonight, guys. I'm kind of bullish. Kind of bullish on the alts. I don't know about Bitcoin. Could go pop the high. We could pop the high. But I think Bitcoin could also sell off while the alts pop. They could take Bitcoin. They've been buying Bitcoin. Now they could sell off into the alts. So sell Bitcoin, buying the alts, buy. The alts, and then major sell off into USDT later. I think that's real chance for that, guys. Real chance for that. Okay. Let's look at some stocks now. I already did eGods. I did Atom already. It was one of the first. I've already done it. It's looking good. If you just rewind, you'll find it. It's one of the first ones I did when I started the alt analysis. So sorry, man. I hate to redo what I've already done. So rewind, but why don't you watch the rest of the live and then check it out. But basically, it looks good to go up. It looks. I mean, there's a setup there for up potentially. Oh, Adil asked for Vera. Sure, let's do Vera. VARA. And then who asked? What was the very first one in the beginning of? I forgot. AVAX. Let's look at AVAX. So let me do Vera real quick. Yeah, nothing there on Vera except it is. It's kind of rounding. It's kind of rounding up a little bit, so you might get a little pop here. But there's not enough price action. But yeah, it looks like it wants to do a little pumpy pump here. So yeah, sorry, can't help you on Vera, but it looks decent. Let's look at Riot. Then we'll look at those stocks here. Oh, Riot is Riot a stock, Keith? On the NASDAQ. Oh, Riot is Bitcoin mining. Okay, I've got Mara and Hut, but I don't have Riot. Yeah, what's that doing? That's a tough one there, man. That's a tough one. I like this as a 1-2, 1-2 to the downside, or in which case, you know, this might be. See, that looks like 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Okay, this could be 5. This could be A, B. We're in C. We need one more head to the high. Come on. One more head to the high would be ideal. Kind of fast. Good night, Grace. Love you. And then a low. A, B, C. And that would be like a 1 and a 2. And then maybe up from there. So yeah, maybe we go hit the high one more time to finish a C wave. That's the best guess I got on Riot. Something like this. A, B, let's go for C now. But what about something like this? Where you've got, maybe we're getting A, B, C. And that's A, B, C. And so that's a complex. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. And then to the moon. Getting a bit of a pump here in SOL. Looks good. So watch this develop, see how this goes. Well, Matic is pumping, about to take the high out. Oh, that's looking good, guys. I wonder if we're gonna get a pump tonight. That would be awesome if we got it on. If this started going right now and we got it on camera, would that not be amazing? Oh, right in the middle of a live where the title says "ALTS set to pop" or what? What is the title? What's my title tonight? Crypto alts ready to pop. What a title. What a live that would be. I would love that. I'd be like, yeah, that'd be great. Okay, let's see. I was looking at Riot. Done. All right, I've got some stocks to look at. Let's see here. Need to look at GTN. Let's take a peek at GTN. Gray television. Okay. Oh wow! Look at that! Look at that dump. Okay, so tell me about Gray television. Whoever requested it, tell me about it. And what do you know about it? And why is it dumping right now? Other than the fact it's in the middle of a C wave. Let me go to the weekly chart. Yeah, it looks great for a pump. Yeah, I'd be looking for a long on a break of that trend line back to the upside. I'd be looking for a long. I mean, it looks like they want to come revisit $4. That looks so good. Who knows how long it's going to take to play around here. Might take another year or two sideways. But it's a good investment time. So I don't know anything about Gray TV. I don't know anything about it. Okay. So that's as long as it doesn't die and go to 0. Looking for something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks good. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C. Boom. Let's go. This is almost done. It's not quite finished. It's almost there. Looking good though. That's a good buy and hold on the New York Stock Exchange. Maybe. I mean, if it doesn't go to 0, right? So I don't know anything about GTN. Okay, what else here? Guys, does my sound better? Tell me something about my sound. Does it sound better this way? Or when I turn it this way, does it sound better? No, this is less. This is less. That should be better. Okay. Okay, there's GTN. Let me look at HPE. I will get to AJAX in just a minute. Hey, good night, Squeaks of USA. Hey, appreciate all the comments you make on my videos, buddy. You make them every day, and I just appreciate you, buddy. So thank you so much for that. Let's look at HPE. Hewlett Packard. Oh, okay. My cat. Number 1 was way better. When I turned it around, like now, the way I have it now, or which is the way I've had it originally. Let me know though. All right, Hewlett Packard. The weekly chart, man, that looks a little bullish with some bearish contingencies here, right? It's really, this looks 3-wave-ish right here. So this might be rolling over here to come on down. So that's a bearish look. But if this trend line holds and you get kind of a pump, yes, these dials away from me. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, if this trend line holds, we get a pump out of here. That could be really bullish for Hewlett Packard, right? From a wave standpoint, this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. So in other words, the waves you're looking at, could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this could be A, B, C, and then we go right. So or we've got some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 3. And now we got a 1, 2, 1, 2. We're getting ready to go big time out of here. So it's not clear. It's not clear. So if it breaks this trend line that I have drawn right there, if it breaks that, that's a sell signal. That's a sell signal. Okay? So there's Hewlett Packard. Okay? NVIDIA. Let's check out NVIDIA. Guys, NVIDIA is a sell. Okay? NVIDIA is a sell. without even looking at it. It's time to sell. You have an extended fifth wave here. Go into the daily chart. I mean, guys, I'm just here to tell you, NVIDIA, it's time to take profit. Take your dang profit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe, right? But who cares about that? Take your dang profit. It's time. This chart is screaming. Weekly charts. You have 5 waves. It's too extended. It's time to take your stinking profit. Okay, don't get greedy on NVIDIA. It's time. Market's getting ready to correct big time. When it goes up like that, you know how it comes down, guys. It's going to come down like this. I mean, this is what's going to happen. It's the way the markets move. All right, that's my belief system. You do what you want to do on NVIDIA, but that's my take on that. Set a stop loss at least. Don't give all your profit back. Okay, and finally, let's look at AGIX from my friend Thoth Mark Thoth. What's up, buddy? All right, USDT. Yeah, too late. I mean, I don't know anything about this particular, just the weekly. Okay. Let me. I'm on too high of a time frame here. Let me go to the 4 hour. Yeah. So it's tracking with Bitcoins. It's tracking with Bitcoin, right? So, it's already popped off. So AGIX is already done, right? On the 4 hour chart, you had the same wave that Jasmine had, chop, and then up. Okay, so it's already popped off. This should be profit taking area on AGIX. There might be another hit to the high, might be, but there'll be a sell off. So, yeah, time to protect your investment there on AGIX. I mean, it could go up again, but you know. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, impossible to know how that's going to come up, but basically you need to see the 4 hour reset. So basically, what the next buy signal is, I want to see price come down. I want to see the RSI get oversold, and then look for a break of structure, and then let's go again. Let's go for another wave. But until price comes down and resets, the RSI gives me a 3-wave shape. I want to see a 3-wave shape. Until I see that 3-wave shape, I mean, this looks about ready to come down. Boom, something like that. It could go up and finish and then come down like that. Good. But you got 5 waves here. Boom, A, B, C, something like that. Then maybe another move up. But until I saw a clear 3-wave move, I wouldn't be looking to reinvest to the upside. It could keep going up. I'm not here to say it can't, right? But in fact, a buy signal might be if you see a shift in the RSI to the upside out of this, which I think is likely. It might be a little bit of a buy, but not forever. But you might get a buy out of that. Right now, it could break down. It could break up. I don't know about that one, bud. But to me, it's take your profit, protect your profit, do whatever. If you're in it, looking for a potential sell, maybe when the rest of the markets are finished. I'd wait for the rest of the markets to finish before I sold. Markets haven't finished yet, so. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. I'm pretty tired. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. Good to see y'all. It was a fun live tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Good content. I would hit the like button. I'd share it with my friends. I'd throw a super chat up there if I loved it. I'd send me some crypto. But, whatever you want to do. Thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Chemo, Seth, and all the other shady customers we got around here. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Bye.